In terms of advice for other physicians for setting up a panel manager, I think communication between the different physicians to ensure that what things that you think would be helpful and to make sure that it's a bit of a streamlined process. And as well, I think if there is an ability to sort of see other panel managers and to discuss with them, how they do things, that's a very helpful thing. I know our panel managers are more than happy to sort of offer some advice on challenges that they've overcome or successes that they've had in terms of panel management.
I usually just tell people, different panel managers that have come to work with us, just ask questions. Your doctors are there to help you out. If you're not too sure what's going on or what they want of you, ask.
I was training a colleague. I guess what the most important thing I would think is definitely time management. Maybe prep beforehand to make sure that you have everything in place and really know your EMR, what you're looking for, and get something in place right away in your EMR to help out making things speed up.
If I were to train a colleague to do this job, the first thing I would tell them is to start small. If you can, do some tests on a few patients, trial one physician only for a little while until you get used to using the template and asking the questions for the of the patient so that it becomes more of a conversation. Then it's easier to then spread it to more physicians or more providers. The most important piece of knowledge to perform the role effectively, I believe, is not to be a perfectionist and feel the need to be 100% complete all of the time. So again, to start small and to, any screening that you can do is better than doing no screening at all. So not to worry about getting it 100% right the first time. Just work through it, tweak things, make them better, and then keep increasing.
The second challenge was really for me the time management thing. Again, it was something new that was added to us. So it was trying to figure out how am I going to get this into the 15-minute visit without really making a difference to the doctor, yet doing some patient education as well, and so that the patients understood why we were doing this. I overcame the challenge basically by being consistent, trying to repeat the same thing with each patient so that I could start following my own patterns, and then it just kind of turned into a conversation with the patients as opposed to always asking them questions. It just became a conversation that now I'm consistently using with each patient.
Some words of wisdom as you enter the poet role. I think some of the things to think about are your goals, to establish your goals, and to do that with a team that's keen. And selecting a physician lead is crucial so that you can establish your priorities, how many of those priorities to roll out at a time. We found it very helpful to roll things out with a physician lead only initially, and he would test a lot of the things that we were trying to initiate, and then once we found that they were working well, we would roll those out to the rest of the physicians. Things to keep in mind as you work along through the process is to bring your successes to the bigger team. Although some of them may be small, change is always hard for any group, and as we were moving through our changes in the office, we started in November, and we rolled out things very quickly, and change is very difficult, especially when you try to do a lot of things at the same time. So meeting frequently, keeping everybody informed about what to expect and why, and open lines of communication were very important to the success of change. Like I say, our brag board was a real asset. People really enjoyed seeing what they were doing well, and that led the way to having the conversations about what we could do better. So everybody was very open-minded and worked towards the common goal.
I think it has had a big impact, and it's a lot of work to get going, to be honest. It's we made up various rules for screening and rules for drugs and whatnot, so sometimes it seems overwhelming when you first start going, because everybody has a rule and everybody has things to do. But as you go forward, it becomes less and less onerous, and they get done, so not every single patient you see has 5 things to do besides what they actually came in to see you for. To begin with, it seems like a lot of work, but ultimately in the end it's very rewarding and worthwhile, and I think prevents a lot of problems and prevents a lot of adverse drug outcomes. And we know for a fact from just our practice that, you know, we've prevented some or recognized early diseases where, you know, it may not have happened before and probably wouldn't have. And in fact, some of them I had nothing to do with because of the systems that are in place. They happen whether I do it or not. It's the medical office assistants that, for the most part, do the screening.